To our country. We were getting ready to win this election. Frankly, we did win this election. We did win this election. So our goal now is to ensure the integrity for the good of this nation. This is a very big moment. This is a major fraud in our nation. We want the law to be used in a proper manner. So we'll be going to the U.S. Supreme Court. We want all voting to stop. We don't want them to find any ballots at 4 o'clock in the morning and add them to the list, okay? It's a very sad moment. To me, this is a very sad moment, and we will win this, and as far as I'm concerned, we already have won. So I just want to thank you. And I want to thank all of our support. I want to thank all of the people that worked with us. And Mr. Vice President, say a few words, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. I want to join you in thanking more than 60 million Americans who have already cast their vote for 4 more years for President Donald Trump in the White House. While the votes continue to be counted, we're going to remain vigilant, as the President said. The right to vote has been at the center of our democracy since the founding of this nation. We're going to protect the integrity of the vote. But I really believe with all of my heart, with the extraordinary margins, Mr. President, that you've inspired in the states that you just described, and the way that you launched this movement across the country to make America great again, I truly do believe, as you do, that we are on the road to victory and we will make America great again. Thank you, Mr. President.
Say that they're doing well. If you look at some of the projections, Georgia, according to one projection I looked at, is now projected to be in the Biden column, which means that if the president were to lose Georgia, he would have to run the table of North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin in order to get above 270 votes. Otherwise, the election goes to Joe Biden, who would
I just want to make sure you're okay.
about 270, 271. So the president's got to hope that those early numbers in Georgia last, and that nothing crazy happens in Pennsylvania, because nothing crazy happens in North Carolina, because when you look at both Georgia and North Carolina, the president is ahead by about the same margin, which is just about 2 points or so. So there's not a lot of room for more votes to.
That Republicans in the Senate would not go along with any attempt to stop the vote.
I don't think Republicans are going to back him on this. I mean, it's one thing when you're in the throes of a hand-to-hand counting and all of a sudden there's a recount and 13,000 ballots appear. That's a different legal matter. What Jon Karl said is exactly right. Whatever he said just now, it was bizarre, first of all. It was politically stupid. He was having a good night tonight.
Yeah, don't hold back now. Keep going on the other side.
No, he was having a good night tonight, and frankly, a better night than most people thought he would have. And he just stepped on his message for the next 3 days.
And Martha Raddatz, the other question is, what other institutions will go along with this if indeed the president pushes it?
Yeah, and if he pushes it, and it's exactly right, he doesn't have the power to do this, but what we saw tonight is what Donald Trump, if Donald Trump loses, that's how he's going to lose. He's going to be a sore loser. He's going to help divide the country even further. And other institutions going along with him, you know, we'll have to wait and see. In terms of voters, in terms of those who back him, I think this is even a step too far for many of them, calling this a fraud before it's even over. But if anyone had any doubt how Donald Trump, if he loses, will go out, it will be this way, that he will call it a fraud. He will say the election was stolen no matter what happens.
But Heidi Heitkamp people are listening tonight, even though it's 2:38 in the morning.
You know what, George? I think that you're missing one really important part, which is his backers. The people who form militias, the people who slow down buses on roads in Texas, they're hearing quite a different story. You're saying this is going to hurt him. He is calling on, you know, when he says stand by and wait, that this is the moment. And so this is more than maybe not politically smart. It's more than not being, you know, right as a matter of constitution or law. This is a dog whistle, and it's very, very dangerous.
Chris Christie, you want to respond to that?
Listen, you know, as a talk tonight now, not as a former governor, but as a former U.S. attorney. There's just no basis to make that argument tonight. There just isn't. All of these votes have to be counted that are in now. In Pennsylvania, the argument won't even start in Pennsylvania until tomorrow or Thursday or Friday, because the Pennsylvania Supreme Court extended for 3 days when you could accept ballots. Now, I understand there could be an argument on that based upon Pennsylvania law, but that argument's for later. Tonight, this was not the time to make this argument. And you know,
It's not about law, it's about politics, right? He's preparing the battlefield.
well, listen, it is, but it's got to be bigger than that. And I disagree with what he did tonight. And I think Sarah's right that, you know, there comes a point where you have to let the process play itself out